Hey, we're the Stackshots. We're going to tell you a few things you probably don't know about us. When Dylan and I were both about 10, I think, we didn't find this out until a couple of years ago, but we were in a school band together in primary school that the music teacher put all the musicians into different bands. We were in an acoustic group called, like, Water, I think.
It was Water.
Because they named all the bands after different elements. You played ukulele. So there you go, there's the origins there. And we had one gig. It was at
Easter Fate.
Yeah, an Easter Fate at Torquay, and we sung half a song because we were pretty much booed off. Yeah, we would have been about 10.
You got booed off.
Yeah. It sucked because I was standing there getting ready to sing. I hadn't sung in front of anyone before, and I was especially when I was little, really shy. And then the class bully of my class just sat right at the front like this and just stared at me. And I pretty much shat myself, and we had a horrible time.
It was horrible.
A few months ago, I was at Torquay Hotel. Yeah, she's dying, so... We were playing this gig at Torquay Hotel, and it was surprisingly packed, and it was a pretty good gig by the end of it. But after the gig, there was this group of about 3 or 4. How old do you reckon they were?
I don't know.
What, they would have been
20s?
Early 20s to mid 20s. They were Finnish backpackers, and they were extremely keen for Dylan's bean. So they went up afterwards and tried to dance with him and gave him a little...
I waltzed with one of them.
Yeah, and then they pretty much tried to score with you and you ran off because you got scared.
It was a scary experience.
It was hilarious. I was off packing up. I see you dancing with a Finnish lady, and then you ran off and hid in the car. Do you want me to say that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first concert I ever went to, if you don't count the Wiggles, because they're not a concert, they're an experience. The first concert I ever went to was I got a ticket for my birthday to see Pink with my auntie.
This is your first concert?
Veronica's. Unless you count the Wiggles.
No. Am I the only one who never saw the Wiggles live?
Why
Yes.
didn't you?
Freak.
Whenever I was sitting there with the Wiggles, they'd have like Captain Feathersword and whatnot run up the aisles, and then they'd go and like try and interact with people. But I was really shy, so I just kind of sit there and look at them like, you touch me and I'll actually scream. And I would have too.
You would have.
I was just waiting for like one of them to try and grab me and just go ah! 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 But never happened.
So you wanted to be touched.
No. I think
Always the centre of attention.
they saw it. They must have seen it in my face. Me just staring at them like,
No.
and then walked away. When we're on the road, we spend a lot of time listening to the Grease soundtrack, amongst other really weird albums. It always ends up in a sing-along, especially with Bonnie. Bonnie knows...
You know all the words too.
See, it's sad with me, because I know all the words to the Grease soundtrack, yet I've only ever seen Grease once. So,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know how I know all the words.
Or duo of Hopelessly Devoted of You changed my life.
You think it'd be like a harmony deal? Like Bonnie would do the higher one, I'd do the lower one? If anything, I was doing the higher harmony in it. But now, there's nowhere to hide. Since you pushed my love aside, I'm out of my head. Obviously devoted. Oh, whoa.
I'm so glad that just happened.